we have a lot to talk about. Now, as you've read from the title, yes, this will be my last video. I'll explain more about that nearer to the end, but for now, this is going to be my review of the Morgue Files Case 3. Now, first time watching this, I loved it. It was mind-blowing, it was so impactful, and it was just an emotional roller coaster. Now, for those of you who haven't seen Case 3, turn away from this video, go and watch the Morgue Files Case 3. I will link it in the description, and you can go watch it before watching this review. If you have seen it, good for you. You can stay for this video. Now, the story. The story I thought was really well executed. So the story surrounds Jack Evans, the husband of Kate Evans, who he refused to go to the hospital with. Like, I get why he didn't want to go back to Forest Lawn because he had bad memories, but I kind of thought at first not going with his wife was kind of a dick move. But you see, he's a bit like Lewis from Case 2 in that sense, because the further you learn more about him, the further you get into the story, you begin to like him more. And, oh my god, I don't know, I'm not usually good with brief summaries, but let me just say, the Morgue Files Case 3 is bigger, better, and an extra hour longer. Like, I never thought it would be 2 hours long. It isn't longer than the other two cases. It's actually about 2 hours and 8 minutes long, but it's still longer than the previous two. And oh my god, I love Sergeant Norris and Detective Kent in this story. Their relationship, their bond, their dynamic, I love it, and I hope we get to see more of that in future cases. I loved it, I loved it, I loved it, I loved it, it was so good, and I just felt so sorry for Sergeant Norris, because I won't give anything away, but there was this scene, you see, the Slender Man in this case has proxies, but they're not called proxies, they're actually called vessels in this universe. And Brian and I'm just gonna say it if you've seen, I'm just gonna say who's in it if you've seen it, but actually no, I'm not going to say it, because if you've seen Case 3, you know who I'm talking about. But if you haven't, then go watch it for yourself. The figure, or Slender Man's two vessels in it, are just downright evil, and they do something to Sergeant Norris, which is, oh my god, it's totally fucked up, and oh, excuse my language, but it really was. The first time I saw it, I was shocked. The second time I saw it with captions, I was even more traumatized. I won't spoil it for you, so go and watch it for yourself if you want to know more about it. But I wanted nothing more by the end than to see Sergeant Norris beat up the two vessels that took away what he loved, what he did the most. It's tough like being a police officer. But I really loved Jack Evans' character in this story. He's really empathic, understanding for his wife. You can tell he truly cares about her. And I really love the dynamic between Sergeant Norris and Detective Kent, because they're just so good together. Seeing them on screen together is really wholesome to me, and it really warms my heart, because you really can tell that they have this strong friendship. and I really like Sergeant Norris's character in this story. He's just so, like, he's got an attitude, he's rude to certain people, but you can really empathize with him. He's a little bit like Lewis, actually, and you can tell just by the way he talks to the people he doesn't like, and that's what I really like about Detective Norris. He's sympathetic, he's tragic, he's empathic, he's a bit like he's a bit like Jack Evans too. It's just, the first time I saw the three of them, Jack Evans, Detective Kent, and Sergeant Norris on screen, and they were kind of bonding together when Jack Evans explained his backstory, I was really saddened when they were all laughing together, because I knew that something was going to come in between them. Let's talk about the Easter eggs. I really loved all the references and Easter eggs in this story. Like, I don't want to give anything away, so I'll just say you're in for a surprise when you watch it. I just really enjoyed seeing the story play out, and oh my god, the Goog, the character, Goog Winston, I loved him. I fell in love with Nick Cortez's performance as the Goog. Really made me laugh. He was a really endearing character. Oh man, and I really enjoyed Nick Cortez's performance as the Goog. It really made me laugh seeing him on screen and the dialogue that David and Chad wrote for him. And I just enjoyed how dark, emotional, and yet wholesome it was. Like a really good combination for a story to have a bit of darkness, wholesomeness, and it's really good to have horror, wholesomeness, and darkness as well as comedy in a story like the Morgue Files, because it's just such a perfect blend, and I really like how David integrates the wholesome and comedic moments in these stories without having them be too on the nose, so to speak, because this is, I'm waffling now. I really like that he integrated the wholesomeness with comedy, horror, and all the darkness within the story. Because if it's just all horror and all dark, it's just gonna be a bland story, and it's just not gonna be fun. It wouldn't be fun without wholesomeness or comedy, and that's what I love about the Morgue Files. It integrates emotional moments, you know, when you get, it integrates emotional moments when the characters allow you to feel. It also integrates horror elements, comedy, and wholesomeness as well. And that's what I really like about this series. Just the way some of these characters are written. The way these characters are written makes the series all the more better. And overall, I enjoyed this case. I'd give it a 10 out of 10, and it was just so good, and I loved it. You'll love it when you watch it. Go check it out. The link's in the description, and you're in for a surprise and a great, mind-blowing journey. But that's all the time I have. I'd just like to give a quick update as well before I go. You can probably tell that I'm in a new house. That's because I moved out of my parents' house, and also this will be my last video that I make, because I'm gonna take a long break from YouTube, and I wanted to make this video, but I didn't want to make it too late, but I didn't want to make it too early either. I didn't know what to do, but I decided to make this video to treat all of you guys, and I just wanted to quickly say that this will be my last video, and I probably won't be back for a while because I'm taking a break from YouTube to focus on college, and also I want to get a job so I can save up some money to get some, better editing software, a better mic, just better YouTube equipment, because right now all I have is iMovie. And that's not really a good editing software, I've noticed. So I will leave you all with this. Stay tuned for more updates if I decide to update you all on what's going on. If not, then I'm taking a permanent break from YouTube. And thank you all for your understanding and support. I'm Harry Flick TV, remember, you don't have to. I've got my Morgue Files hoodie on.